Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is on his way to Washington, D.C. this morning to a high-stakes NATO summit and to meet with senior American officials. The trip comes after Canada has been under heavy criticism over its defense spending. In 2014, NATO countries pledged to spend a minimum of 2% of their GDP on defense. Canada is one of only 2 countries in the alliance that does not meet that benchmark and has no plan to get there. In private, it has been an increasing point of friction with allies, as NATO has come under more and more strain with changing global events, facing threats to both internal unity of the alliance and the external military threats that come from Russia and China. If Mr. Trudeau does not announce a plan to reach 2% in Washington, that private criticism from countries like the US and UK is likely to get a lot louder and a lot more public. Sources say the Biden administration is losing patience and wants to see a plan that could include submarines and missile defense to meet the 2% target. Showing a plan will be critical at the summit, according to former Chief of the Defense Staff General Rick Hillier, but he says he's not confident the Trudeau government will make that commitment.
The Canadian government has already heard multiple times from NATO, from the leadership at NATO, from the Secretary General of NATO, from all of the individual countries that are engaged. They've heard multiple times, you need to up your spending. You need to increase your defense capacity. You need to play a full part in this alliance that gives us this great life that we all live. And you need to stop being the parasite on the periphery of NATO.
The Prime Minister's trip to Washington takes place under the long shadow cast by President Joe Biden's disastrous performance in the first presidential debate. Questions about whether he can stay on or win the election as the Democrats' presidential candidate will no doubt be on the top of the Prime Minister's mind as he heads into this summit, as well as other NATO leaders. Another Trump presidency could spell danger for NATO, as former President Donald Trump has said that if other allies don't spend enough, he's willing to pull America out of the alliance. Mercedes Stevenson, Global News, Ottawa.